Hello, Mech fans. This is Duncan Fisher. Hold on firmly to your mana potions, fireballs, and familiars, because you are tuning in to your regularly scheduled episode of the First Circuit Podcast.
And with that, welcome to episode 93 of the First Circuit Podcast, with our hosts Biter,
Clark,
Ian,
hello,
and myself, Oldbobs 1025. I need a saying to say. So first, our top... The hell was that?
I am so terribly sorry. Let me close my window.
I don't think it counts if you are the one interrupting Ian.
So, our topics tonight are Seabill MC Mechs, Beach Party Event Thoughts, Shootout to sell an event, patch notes. We have some Battletech tabletop news, the Kickstarter, and Alpha Strike Edition.
So other than the Mech Police, there's what biggest thing is Warhammer 2C is available for Seabills.
Yes, I played last night. It got me my one win for my Salt Mech, so I'm kind of happy about that. But that's about it, really. I just it's there. It's a okay mech. I mean, for Seabills, why not?
It's an okay mech. The biggest issue somewhat with it is it's fairly low agility, at least compared to most other 80-tonners. On the Ionosphere side, all the 80-tonners are really heavily armored and got great agility. And the Clan side, they only sort of had the Gargoyle, which of course also has great agility. So this one's a very clumsy 80-tonner, has some survival quirks, and some interesting enough hard points. A lot of them do energy boating, which is already done, pretty well on things like the Jondoeiowa, the Hellbringer, somewhat even the Rifleman 2C. It's like, I could take the Marauder 2C. I could take the even the Supernovas. There's a lot of energy boat clan mechs out there, and it's okay. It's the energy boats is not much to write home about, but they do what they're supposed to say on the tin. There is some variants with a mix of ballistic, energy, and missile.
Yeah.
And there's even one with 5 missile hotpoints, which you could do something, a whole bunch of ATMs and whatnot on it. So with the Clan Tech, you could do lots of cool stuff with it, but it's also it's not going to have that many amazing quirks on the tin.
Yeah, basically, I found that it was just it was sluggish. Wasn't really exciting to play. There, just like Biter said, there's many other type of mechs that are out there much better to go ahead and use. But I mean, since the clans did take the Norbert Warhammer design and pop a couple stuff on it, like Clan Tech, made it into what it is there. It's all right. It's not the best. Just if you got some Seabills to spend, go and spend them. It's just not there.
It's a pretty decoration for your mech bay.
What's that?
It's a pretty decoration for your mech bay.
Yeah. The one I'm actually waiting for is a Corsair with the 4 AMS. That's what I'm waiting for. For like next month once that comes out, though.
Yeah, right now the Corsair is just available for MC has been made available, but we usually say just wait until it comes out for Seabills. MC is not that worth it to purchase things that you could get in mech packs all this time, or for Seabill variants. Yeah, you're only getting it a month in advance anyway.
Yeah, true. Just wait, guys, for the MC ones. But it also does have the Warhammer 2C and Corsair permanent patterns are 50% off in game, so that's kind of cool, I guess. But that happened up to July 7th, so that's over with. So just let you guys know, it's gone.
Well, just from last podcast, as I said, they were probably going to list that the camos are on sale when they tell us that the mechs are coming up for Seabills and MC. So yeah, all they did was clutter up the previous sale by giving us all those details.
Well, wasn't there like 10 other sales going on? I gotta check my calendar though. I gotta check my organizer and see.
Yeah, they cluttered up the calendar with very distant sales when they were going to tell us about this sale anyway.
Yeah. And as we discussed last episode, permanent patterns aren't really worth it. For the most part, you do want to get the one-shot versions.
And especially if they go on sale, because they're dirt cheap for MC.
Even if the permanents are on sale and the one-shots aren't, the one-shot is going to cost 1/3 the MC of the permanent. So unless you really want to switch your pattern around daily, go with the one-shot.
Generally, I don't think a lot of people do that, though. Like, I don't know if...
No.
I mean, rarely, though, I'll switch my camo out because, really, it doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah, for me, it's usually I decorate a mech when I get it, and that's how it stays forever.
Mhm.
Only exception being some of those really old classics, like my catapults and centurions, which actually have a couple of skins. But
Oh.
even then, eh.
Well, from events, I do an MC and I unlock the patterns personally, just so I like having the flexibility since I have so many colors and paint schemes. It allows me to repaint it as ever when I want. And if I buy another variant, I don't have to pay to get a new splash of paint on it.
Well, there you go.
So Bite us the fancy one out of all of us.
Okay, beach party. Beach party. How'd you guys like it?
Yeah.
Did you get your organizers out and kind of figure out what days you need to go play?
Nope.
No?
I ended up completely missing the ones I was interested in.
And which ones are those?
The engine there.
I did it for one day. I logged on and go, I don't have enough money. I'm not going to play. And then I logged off and forgot about it. Basically. That's
Wow.
basically what I did.
Yeah, Beach Party was the whole loot bag events
Yeah.
and
Yes.
sales, all that stuff going on. Yeah, I didn't really do much of it either. Because they had implemented the whole loot bags, per match rather than according to how much match score you earned.
Mhm.
My course of action in that is, of course, to go onto faction play and do some scouting. I really like scouting. It's the quick matches. And, well, thanks to their faction play improvements, I just don't grind these events anymore.
No, why is that, though?
Well, I can't do scouting. And you could do invasion mode, but that is a ridiculously slow rate to earn loot bags.
Did you actually find people to do scouting with?
No.
Hmm.
You can't even, the scouting mode's removed, hasn't it?
No, I actually brought that back. I thought they brought that back. But I don't pay attention to it like that much anymore because it's garbage now. So
It's only one mode if there's an active event going on. One of those story-driven events, which
All right.
I
Oh.
have no clue when they are.
it's on
I do not
Tuesday
keep-
at 4 p.m. That's it. You gotta play for 1 hour, and that's all.
When was the last time you actually looked over Old Bob? Because of course they
That
actually
was-
did
that was
allow
yesterday.
people to
Well, that was
check.
yesterday.
Yeah,
that was
because they allow
yesterday.
people to switch now.
I thought you could just go ahead and jump in and do it though.
Because there's the fight now button, but that's for invasion. Have they hidden scouting somewhere?
No, I thought you can do it though. That
I'm starting at the game.
okay.
I'm sorry for future Bob.
Yeah, I don't see.
So there's no
Those,
scouting thing.
Yeah, I swear they have removed it, haven't they?
Is there currently an event going on?
I don't know.
No story. Well, there is some text for their usual, made-up story little thing, but no major event going on.
That was like Steiner versus some clan thing or something like that.
Right now, it's Clan Wolf versus Davian.
Okay, so it is one of those event phases right now. That's why you cannot choose scouting.
Oh, okay.
Well, scouting, yeah, is sometimes, when you have the modes, it used to be scouting for the first day of each story. And, a lot of people didn't really like that. They wanted invasion mode. So they've changed scouting to be like an hour window or something like that. If it does happen, it's very short. And I want scouting. I have to be there for the exact hour. There's no schedule. There's no journey planner to figure out when I can actually play the mode I want to. So yeah, at least to return to my point, I'm glad at least we could check up on this. Yeah, I like doing scouting during these grindy events, and I don't have the option anymore because of the quote unquote improvements. And if after they improved the loot bag events, instead of just allowing you to play any mode and enjoy it, and as long as you're doing, work in those modes, you're getting rewarded. If you do invasion mode, you have a lot of matches to play through because it was throttled per match basis.
And then we talked about the last episode was over the course of phase 1, earn 1 loot bag every 80 match score. And so people were thinking it's going to be, if I get 160, I get 2 loot bags, and stuff like that.
Well,
but
yeah,
It
exactly.
wasn't the point, yeah.
If you do a 30-minute invasion match, with the improved system, the newer system, it was, you earned 700 match score in the match, and you earn a whole slew of loot bags for your half an hours of work. Now you earn only 1 bag, like the old crummy system, which is odd if you ask me. Like they're talking about, this is the year they're improving faction play. They're doing all these faction play improvements. They put in a new event, and the event it's terrible reward rate for people doing invasion mode, and I can't even do my scouting. So they want people to do faction play, and they're screwing over faction play and those with the events, trying to tie them together with faction play. Technically speaking, though, of course, the way to earn these easy loot bags is to do Solaris. Other than the annoying queue times and whatnot, you can somewhat grind those matches out faster than quick play or scouting. I haven't done the math, but I assume at least each individual bout is faster. But I don't want to do Solaris. I wanted to do scouting, but of course, thanks to the improvements, they have been removed, and well, instead there's invasion mode, which is an even worse proposition with the crumbly implemented recent event. So yeah, that was why I didn't bother with it.
Do you think they actually? Okay, honest question. Do you guys think they will ever fix fix faction play, like before the game dies, like in 6 or 7 years or whatever, how long it takes?
I honestly don't think there's a way to really fix the game with the current population.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to really manage it. Like, I'm not sure what would constitute success in this regard.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true.
So many people have ideas that, faction play should be, actually about all the different factions fighting off one against one another, and players, feeling like they have a part in the galactic map. And it's like, well, that needs a bit large player base, and more. It's just not possible to do that kind of thing. And the whole, invasion mode, are they going to ever actually sit down and practically work on the actual spawn, the spawns of different maps, make sure map balance is good, this, that, and the other? I really doubt it. We're just going to get token story crap like this, whilst they accidentally or intentionally screw over faction play in ways that make it less appetizing to play. So it's generally just best if they leave it alone, or if they learn where the undo key is. Because at least I don't understand why they so badly implemented that last event with the loot bags. Particularly since their focus somewhat is quote unquote, this is the year of faction play. And they then just sloppily implement the loot bag system in a way that gives you the impression that it's the new improved system, but it's actually the old crummier system, and the old crummier system is less interesting if you're trying to do invasion mode. You're going to earn loot bags very slowly. And remember, they had very small windows. You have to do 25 invasion matches within the span of 4 days, and then do it again within the span of the next 4 days or so. Like, that's a lot of invasion matches if you like that stuff. But basically, of course, you don't. You're not trying to get all the bags if you do it that way. You either just go to quick play.
And if you can actually get a invasion game in itself with enough players playing faction warfare.
Yeah. Surprisingly enough, I just saw one launch. So
my god,
the current time, I'm surprised how many people are playing.
That's amazing.
There's still enough people to put together games and whatnot. It's just, as I said, there's only so much matchmaking can do when it's waiting for 12 versus 12 to actually fill up. And they're instituting things like, you can't switch sides, you can't see how much are on either side and whatnot, was absolutely ridiculous from a pragmatic standpoint.
Truthfully, I don't think faction play as it is right now is that bad. I just don't see any way they could really improve it with the current population.
Yeah, my only thing is,
I think it's going to stay that way.
Yeah, my favorite thing about faction play was scouting, and I can't do it anymore. So faction play is even more dead to me than it used to be. Like, I used to do faction play when events would push you in that direction, like getting a lot of match score and a lot of matches. I say, okay, I'll do some scouting. I like scouting. Oh, they removed it. Yay!
Scouting was fun though. Like, I actually did enjoy scouting, like especially with us when we had our 4-man group. That was actually a lot of fun.
Well, that's the thing. If I was on and there's only a couple of friends on, they say, "Hey, do you want to do scouting? Grind some loot bags? We can all work together. It's only 4 of us." Yeah, it really worked out. It was really fun going on faction play to do scouting, but that's gone now because it was improved.
It was especially fun to get a 100% win rate over the whole evening.
Yes.
Right. Real quick, since we did talk about hammering out matches on Solaris, there are currently exactly 4 people playing Solaris.
God.
Yeah,
at
you just
European
keep playing
prime
that
time.
same poor sod over and over and over again until
Or the 4
you
friends.
get your loot bags.
4 friends
Yeah.
playing together or something like
Yeah.
that. I
2
don't know.
people in
Yeah.
queue and 1 match is active.
God. All those resources to go build something that really the only thing that people play are quick play. But I don't know.
All those resources into faction play improvements so that I would play faction play less because they removed the game mode.
Yeah. Oh God. So loot bags.
All right.
Yeah.
Renting on faction play. Let's go back to the
4th of July and Canada Day. I wanted to do these, but this is like during the weekend or week. I didn't have time to do these, man. I didn't have like any time. I was so busy, man. And if you're gonna do like loot bags and stuff like that, I mean, do it for the whole, like basically do it for the whole week or 2 weeks or whatever the event's gonna be because I don't have time during the week to go play mini games, let alone stream other games at the same time. It just doesn't work for me.
And it's the really grindy system, possibly.
Yeah.
Like there was no communication, at least that I saw from PGI's end, that they're going to put in the better, newer system where you just need to perform well. If they did that, then I'm actually like, okay, then I don't have to go in scouting that isn't existing anymore. I can I could just play well like I usually do, or like take a streak boat out because those absolutely farm match score and get it done in a couple of matches. But no, it's I had nothing. I think all of them were really grindy and all of them were really short window to achieve. And my favorite mode to grind out that horrible system is not available.
Yeah. I actually love loot bags. I think they're a really cool idea, but just like I said, it's like I don't have time to go ahead and grind 25 for 4th of July and Canada Day and go knock them out. I don't have time for that kind of stuff like anymore. But and plus also like doing scouting mode, boom, just get it really quick. I mean, literally we drop in.
Well, Bob, don't you think of that? Think of the grand prize.
Hey, that mech bay, don't knock it, man. Don't knock that mech bay.
Do you even remember what paint scheme they were offering?
The woodland pattern.
Yeah, woodland camo.
Of course we remember.
Yeah. Oh God.
I've got the page open.
Yeah, I got it open too. Yeah. Yeah. That's I mean, maybe a faction color would have been better. Like I think for 150 loot bags, faction color for 1 mech. That would have been really cool. Sometimes faction.
I honestly think anything would have been better than woodland pattern.
Woodland's not bad. It's not like mountain camo. Basically, not like that one. But woodland's not too bad. It's not bad, but it's not the best in the world for 150.
It's just so incredibly underwhelming given the amount of work they have to put in.
Yeah.
Especially since the last couple of times around we got stuff like hero mechs, or at least champion mechs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for that kind of grind, they would give you a champion mech.
A lot of grind, a lot of stuff in faction warfare. Yeah.
And I can't just pull together 3 mates and have fun in scouting anymore. So,
No,
it's just the game's vastly improved due to these faction play changes.
Who's
So
that guy?
basically, our thoughts in retrospect are the same as the ones we voiced in advance, right?
Yeah,
More or
true.
less.
Not really any update.
I think the fun is they're sucking the fun out of like Mechwarrior Line again. Basically, they had a guy I think like 1 or 2 years ago that did a really good video about the fun of Mechwarrior Line and how it's declining. And
Mech the Dane.
Yeah, Mech the Dane. Good video that actually explained a lot of different things, and I think the fun is just coming out of it. They're trying to make it really bad or something. I don't know. Especially with faction warfare, they said it's gonna like improve. I was totally optimistic. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be cool. And then they come out with whatever they did, and it's like, I don't want to play. I don't want to play that anymore. I know. That's just my own thing.
Well, we weren't the biggest faction play people. Most of what we did was scouting, and scouting's been removed due to the improvements, so we don't have any faction play to play anymore.
Well, I used to do faction warfare constantly. I used to love faction warfare when it was back in the day, but now.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah.
But then when scouting came out, and for a while afterwards, we would do scouting for the grindier events and this, that, and the other. It was a great way to just do X number of matches. Like, if it's get 10 wins, you get 10 wins in scouting, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's just not a thing anymore.
Okay, so the fun out of faction warfare and the unfun of the loot bag event. So next is the Shoutout sale and event. The Shoutout
We've got
sale.
another event, but this time it's different.
It's
It's simple, so it's different.
Yeah. The only thing I actually had a problem with was the lone wolf one, which get one solo kill and a light mech. I just couldn't do that with the light mechs that I had. It just I don't know, like I'm very horrible with light mechs. But assault,
it's a tricky. Yeah, that's quite tricky to get because a solo kill is kill most damage dealt. You've dealt the most damage from the opponent who died, and you have to do the killing blow as well. So for that, you need to do something like find a lurm mech in the back and eat him alive with a piranha. That, or you take your kind of like a streak light mech and splatter another light mech to pieces.
Yeah, exactly.
In the past, I've done that kind of stuff with the Cougar and ATMs, but it's a grind.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, with the I'm going to be Oldbobs ranting section here. No small victories. I freaking hate it when you have to depend on not on your skill but upon other people in the game itself. I played 10 freaking matches last night, streaming of the assault mech, and I only got one win. Out of all those matches, got one win. And so I had to depend on the other what.
That one is really easy to solve. Just get good.
Oh god.
And solo win the game.
Triggered.
There you go.
Triggered.
Easy.
It's like the UAV thing.
If you are skilled individually or just have a single friend, you can always get one victory in heavies, assaults, lights, whatever, in Solaris.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. I totally forgot about that.
Game mode all. You can. That's the nice thing with these events. They allow you to be earned in all the different modes, which is why it's nice to have. Even if not all the buckets are being filled, all the buckets are available for you to game the system.
Yeah, I didn't even think about the Solaris. I'll have to figure. Okay, I'll have to do that again. Okay,
we've got 2 more days available, Bob. Let's do it.
No. I got other things to do, man.
The same somewhat applies if you're doing a solo kill, an assault, heavy, medium, or light mech. If you win a match in Solaris, you're getting a solo kill because if it's 1v1, you're the only one who's getting KMDD killing blow.
Oh my god. Okay. What are you guys doing after match? Like after the podcast? Let's get. Just joking. But in normal terms, when you don't think about this other things, how to quote game the system, I just really don't like to. I love my teammates. Don't get me wrong, but I don't like depending on them to go ahead and battle them out to fight, to kill one UAV to get this thing. To get a victory with your group, because last night it proved my point. 10 matches with only one win with the assault mech. Just that kind of stuff. I really don't like doing that. And it just pisses me off and it triggers me a little bit. But everything else is fine. Everything else was good though. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. Well, what do you think of the rewards?
They were okay. Basically the only 2 rewards I really cared about were the balance of power, the scorecard, because it gave me C-bills, 5 million, and then also the color. That's the only one I really cared about. At your assistance gave me Fireball Orange, which was kind of cool. Those are the only ones I cared about. The rest, I just didn't really care about the decals.
Yeah, they're all quite underwhelming. If you are playing a mostly free-to-play or vanilla account, the premium time is nice enough.
Yeah.
Colors are always good to earn, and C-bills if you're always space poor really helps out. But for me, at least, I only really turn up for the MC and cockpit items. There weren't any, so I didn't bother.
Yeah. And then the time to do it, basically, like I said, the assault mech one, 10 matches, and then I think to get no small victories, get them all done, that was maybe about 25 to 30 matches to get all those done, to get those wins. And that was horrible. I don't mind losing. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all losing because I learned from it. But to sit there and keep on playing, it's like, well, there's another loss. There's another loss. When you're trying to get something done like no small victories, it's kind of disheartening for a lot of people.
Well, in the future, Bob, you need to befriend someone who's really, really bad at the game, and then you just take them. You just want to fight them in Solaris.
I know I'm a good person. I just gotta stop being a good person and not and then I'll just jump on Solaris next time. and just go, okay, so you play light, I'll play light, you win, I'll win. You play medium, I'll play medium, you win, I'll win.
Well, the first match, it's who it just straight out fight, and then afterwards you give them the free the free victory backwards.
Okay. Oh god. Okay, so that was Beach Party. No, I'm sorry, Shootout. Shootout event. What do you guys think of the sale? And it's still going on for. Actually, it's gonna be gone when we do the podcast. So never mind.
Yep, whole bunch of mechs available for cheaper for C-bills, 40% off. It's not as big as the 50% sales. That's at least a thing to consider. But we like some mechs, like I think the Vapor Eagle. At least there's a more recent mech that is on sale. Otherwise, if for some reason you haven't got a Hellbringer, the Hellbringers were on sale. Incubus, please don't bother.
Don't bother.
Yeah, it's okay.
I think the Vapor Eagle and Flea are actually really good mechs to go and purchase. They're fun. They're fun to use. And the
I'd even go as far as saying most of the mechs in here are decent to good.
I mean,
most, yeah.
I think the best one's actually probably the Vapor Eagle, though. That one is very versatile.
I mean, yeah, the Vapor Eagle is oof.
Yeah, and the Champions too is cool as well too. But,
yep, and Heroes are for cheaper, which is always nice. So
yeah,
good time to pick things up.
I do like how they added on more mechs later on.
Now, why is that? Do you think?
I don't know.
Just forgot.
Maybe people just didn't turn up for the thing, and they were like, "We need a bit more incentive."
That could be it.
Yeah, people.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they wanted the people were not enough were checking it out, so they threw on the Hellbringers because that's a popular mecha. At least if someone hasn't got their Hellbringer yet, so was it? Hey, yo, Bob! Finally, you can get Hellbringer.
I will capture a Hellbringer for my IanDresarie guy, just because.
Yeah,
I do wonder why they threw in that random Battlemaster hero.
Yeah, I think its name starts with Hell, and if you see the little caption they say for the hell of it.
Oh God,
really?
That's terrible. I love it.
Like we also have the Hellfire and the Hell Spawn already in the sale. So I think maybe somebody in the comments, I need to check, maybe mentioned Hell. There's a Hell theme going on here, but where's the other Hell mechs?
Maybe, yeah.
That's a good explanation.
Yeah, very much so. Someone said, we have the Hellspawn and Hellfire listed. What if we just tossed in the Hellbringer?
40% is not as good as 50%, but still, it saves you some C-bills or MC if you're going to purchase those.
Yeah, basically, if you want those mechs right now, go ahead, pick them up. If you're patient and are willing to wait another 6 or 7 months for the next 50% sale, well, go ahead and wait.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so next on the list is, the massive, oh my god, massive patch notes that we have. That's coming out.
Insane, guys.
It is insane.
So this is probably going to take us another 2 hours to cover, but
it's going to take a whole episode to cover.
Let's try and power through it.
Okay.
If you remember, at least the No Guts, No Galaxy podcast, they're talking about the future of MWO. They say, don't worry, guys. The whole rest of this year, we'll be working on faction play improvements. And so today, for this July patch coming on the 16th, here are the faction play changes. And they're doing a Solaris reset. There's some bolt-ons, some little changes, and we're done.
Yep, that's about it, guys. Okay, so next is the... I'm sorry. Yeah, so, I mean, I do have to admit, though, they did a couple things that were good on this. GSP, which is Global Skill Point Systems, you're able to use skill points for any type of mech, whatever you want to do, can now become a reward for future events. I think that's a cool idea. I think that's really good. Quality of life improvements to go and do that, that's really, really kicking. And I definitely support that. It's very, very nice. But, drop decks can now become on sale item. I don't get that one, but of course I don't do faction warfare that much anymore. So, can you guys explain?
So you can buy more drop decks, and you pay.
Yeah, you've got 2 drop decks when you start out faction play. You can buy more, and they're fairly expensive items. So most people don't.
It just means they'll be able to put a sale on those, so people can they'll give incentive to people to buy it.
Okay, never mind then. Okay, so that's. But I think the biggest thing out of this whole thing is a GSP. The one that's about all I think.
That's a nice reward because it allows you, instead of just giving you GXP and C bills, this can be. It doesn't feel so bad when you're buying skill points on a mech.
Exactly. And that's and each one's worth what, 40,000, I think. Each skill point. 45,000. Okay.
C builds and XP. I never paid attention to.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's really, really good. So, and then the Solaris matches, and yeah, I guess if I grab a friend, we could probably get in the top 3, top 10, probably, maybe the top 10.
Play one match, get into the top 10.
Yeah, I definitely like how they continue doing some quality of life improvements.
Yeah,
with Mechwarrior 5 coming up in 2 months, I wouldn't expect them to do a whole lot of Mechwarrior Online right now. So I'm happy to read that they're at least doing something.
And to let everyone know, though, like, we're not dogging. Well, we are kind of dogging the faction warfare and Solaris. But if you do like that, hey, more power to you, man. More power to you to like a different, system of gaming. That's fine, perfectly fine. Not everyone's gonna like everything that I like. Not everyone's gonna like everything you like. So if you like it, kicking, that's awesome. Don't take our words to heart.
One funny tidbit that I found in the bug fix and improvements is the line about new conversion rates for XP are available and for future events. So what they're basically saying is, until now, they've had hard-coded the option to buy 50, to convert 50 XP or 25 XP. That's just kind of funny to me that they would hard-code those two options.
Did anyone actually use that,
adjustable.
Did anyone use that? I don't think I ever used that before, except for to get the Warhorn, the Scottish Warhorn. Yeah, that's it.
I used it for the rounds, and I used it when it first came out and was first on discounts. But mostly it's too MC intensive to really make use of.
Yeah.
It allows them more opportunities in future sales, which, just like the GSP things, is extra stuff that they can do with the game. It's just a pity that they can't implement very interesting events right now, or they implement more broken events. And well, just to give a wrap up our thoughts on this patch notes, as we said, it's incredibly barren patch notes. Indeed, they are working on Mechwarrior 5, but it does feel, this is one of the most barren, or at least empty patch notes the game has had in quite some time, if not ever. The game has always had something going on, even just like small game design changes, this, that, and the other, and they're not even doing that, which in some ways is an improvement. By not nerfing the game this month, they are better off than they would have been if they were working on it. So you have to think about it that way.
Okay, yeah.
One thing they absolutely forgot to do this patch, I think the Narc cooldown is too low. They should increase it next patch.
I definitely agree with you. It was way too overpowered. It should be 25 seconds.
In team game, I got narked and, 12 mechs shot at me and I died. That's overpowered.
It's very barren. Very, very barren. Yeah. I understand why it's barren. I perfectly understand, because they're working on Mechwarrior 5, trying to make sure that's a good game. And I don't mind that. But, we do joke around about this, but yeah, they're working on something else right now to make it better. So in the future for different other games that are out there. So that's okay with me too. But it is barren. It's very, very barren. Okay.
There's one minor issue I've got with the presentation on the website right now. The list for the Solaris thing is this super bright white compared to the dark website, and it's hurting my eyes.
You just like living in a cave, man. You gotta stop living in a cave. That's why.
I suddenly feel like we should cover all the Solaris rewards.
It's so bright. Oh no. Okay, now I'm not gonna read it. You go ahead if you want to buy that.
Yeah, it's fine. But hey, if you play a little bit in each division, you're getting 5,000 MC at the top of every month, right? So
yeah,
that's a fair amount of MC for the few people who play Solaris and play enough to get to the top.
Yeah, true it is.
I wonder what they're doing for all the Warhorns every season.
I don't know.
Probably the same with a different number on it.
Probably, yes.
Oh, I hope it's not like those Phoenix Warhorns.
I think it is like the Phoenix Warhorns.
Oh god.
Sure.
Okay, so enough with that massive patch of patch notes. Next, actually, we have something we don't really talk about that much, which we will probably be talking about soon, is Battletech Tabletop and Mechwarrior 5. Okay, so Battletech, the Clan Invasion box sets will be coming out. And you guys purchased any of these yet, or started the thing?
Well, Bob, don't get too excited.
I'm excited.
On July 17th, which is next Wednesday, the Battletech Clan Invasion box set is going to come to Kickstarter. At that point, we're going to get final details what those box sets are going to include, besides obviously the core rules, the mech sheets for the most important mechs, and a couple of models. We do know there are going to be add-on packs where you can buy more clan mechs. A couple of those are already already have pictures released. Maybe Bob might be able to have one up on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I can highly recommend you to check out the @CGL_Battletech Twitter, which is the official Twitter for the Battletech under Catalyst Games. They've got some previous screenshots and some teasers on there. And basically, check out their Kickstarter next Wednesday. Well, on the point of the release of this episode, this Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely excited. I've already budgeted way too much money, and I'm probably going to buy all of it.
You know, the one thing I don't... Okay, I love Battletech. I love the tabletop. I played it for years, right? And I love everything about it. But I see how their marketing's going. Their marketing is basically, you know, purchase these mechs with the cards with them and the mech sheets and all that kind of stuff, right? So, let's say that you're playing Alpha Strike, which is coming out as well. We'll talk about that in just a second. You're playing Alpha Strike, but you need the little cards for the Alpha Strike. Yes, you could go print them online and everything else, but a lot of times people want to have little cards with them. So, in essence, in order to get, say, 2 Mad Cats or 2 Timberwolves, you need to have those cards as well to go have one for each type of mech. So in essence, you have to purchase 2 of these packs for $50, which gives you the 2 Timberwolves. If not, you're not gonna have the cards. And I see it as a marketing ploy that a lot of different companies have been doing lately, is that if you want to use these types of mechs and want to be all legit and all that kind of stuff and have everything looking cool, you got to have the cards that comes with them as well. But of course, like I said, you could purchase them or go ahead and print them online as well. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, I would completely disagree on this one. I mean, the Battletech box sets have always been designed in a way that if you want the whole experience in one, you buy the box set. If you want specific mechs, for example, the second Timberwolf, you're just going to go out and buy the miniature. Or in this case, we were talking about Alpha Strike, which we're going to talk about in a second more.
But can you?
Just go ahead and copy the card that you already have.
But can you purchase the Timberwolf by itself?
Well, we're going to find that one out on Wednesday. And
I
don't talk about next episode, so stay tuned.
I don't think you'll be able to go purchase the mechs, because I asked this during MechCon. And they said they'll only be coming in box sets, so you have to buy it on the third market. So let's say I purchase this box set and I flip these for like maybe $20 a piece. So I'll be selling for $20. So now I got to spend $20 just for that one mech.
As I said, we don't know details yet. We're gonna discuss that next episode.
Next episode, we'll talk more about marketing, yes. I guess. Okay, never mind then.
Yes. So right now, it's just put in your calendar. July 17th, go ahead and check out the Battletech Kickstarter for the Clan Invasion box set. I'm certainly excited.
It does come with a lot of cool stuff, though. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the map sheets, in itself are really cool. 24-page novel, that's kind of kicking. Pilot cards for Alpha Strike, each double-sided. Clan rulebook, I don't know what that does. Introducing new rules for clans and Omni mechs. That's interesting. Clan primer thing, dice, and plus the mechs themselves. It's a good deal. I mean, for like $50, dude, that's not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah, it's certainly a good value starter set. And for me, it's mostly going to come down how expensive the add-on sets for the Battle Mech models are going to be.
I'm thinking about $20.
Yeah, those are usually the expensive ones.
Yeah, true. Okay, so any other things about Tabletop for the Clan Invasion box sets?
Yeah, the models look nice. It's not like the old pokey designs that didn't look that appealing to me. I'm still not really going to get into Tabletop, but they're slowly but surely adopting the more Mechwarrior Online look or style of mechs, which I quite like. My impression is of the Tabletop, there isn't necessarily a super uber duper huge market. So they can't just print out lots and lots of models, so they can sell them separately and in boxes. There isn't a big enough market.
Yeah.
They have to just make sure that that this starter box set and these new models can actually sell enough to turn a profit in the first place, let alone making sure you can buy this, that, and the other, these little bits and pieces. There isn't a big enough market to make those pieces commercially available, at least given their resources and their means available. That's the impression I've gotten.
Actually, that's a good impression, because trying to find the box sets now for the normal game is almost impossible. Like, unless it goes on third market, which are almost double or triple the price. Okay, so how about Alpha Strike? I know you don't like Alpha Strike.
Yeah, I personally don't like Alpha Strike, but I'm going to summarize it for you. Basically, Alpha Strike is if you want to play Battletech, but you do not want to spend money on miniatures, and you don't have the time to read through that extensive 600-page rulebook. Alpha Strike is really simplified with the hit point system, the weapon system, the heat system. It's all really simple. It's basically all printed on a small card, which you hold in your hand and do stuff with. And yeah, it's really easy to get into. And basically all that happened is this week, I think, they released an updated version of the original Alpha Strike rulebook, which has a bunch of improvements and a couple additional rules adapted from the main rules and a couple other rules that are simplified, again, for people to get into easy. So if you want to play Battletech on really quick, Alpha Strike is going to be your goal. It's available as a digital copy on the Catalyst Game Lab store right now.
Yeah, I do agree with you on some of that, but I think it's a really good way for people to get into Battletech without jumping into buying the $90 books that they have, 600 pages, like each one. So it's a really simplified version to get into it and say, I want to get more into Battletech, so I'm going to go purchase the rulebooks now. But this is like Alpha Strike, really simple, really easy to do. Get inside the game, play it. I'm going to get my wife to do this because, I don't want to plop down all my Battletech books, which is behind me, basically like, 80 or 90 books, say, read all these, type of thing.
Hey, honey, I've got homework for you.
Exactly. I just want her to jump in the game, have fun with it, enjoy it. And then she goes, hey, this is a fun game. Let's do some harder stuff. And then I'll say, okay, let's jump into, Total Warfare. Let's, do a little bit more complicated stuff like into the game. So this is a really good system for people to get into the game. To start off, and just a simple way to get into it. And that's what I like about this. What I don't like, it's only digital. I don't like that at all. I'm a old school. I want my stuff in book form. Well, actually, they do have book. Yeah, book and PDF. Oh, okay, never mind then. Just kidding.
Yeah, that's one of the things that Catalyst has done in the past times. They re-released a bunch of the old stuff as PDF.
Yeah.
And they are working with Amazon and other stores to get print on demand going. So basically, you go to Amazon, order one copy of the rule set, and Amazon's going to print it for you and ship it to you. That one singular copy.
That's awesome.
Which is a cool system, but it's not that cheap. And they're trying to get it going, but it's not quite there yet.
Maybe one of the next episodes we can do is about how horrific the website is. And basically, like how to go purchase stuff. Basically, like we'll do that next, like another episode, like in the future. Yeah. But
how to buy stuff through the Catalyst Game Store.
Yeah. But Alpha Strike is really good, just for a simple fact of getting players into the game. It's really easy to do, and they have a lot of different rules. And they if you try to buy Alpha Strike before this book came out, the books were like $150. People were on the third market selling these things because they weren't actually producing these things like anymore. But now you can actually get it for, $39.99? So that's a good deal. That's a really good.
You can actually get it for $20 if the PDF is enough for you. Which for most people it's gonna be enough.
Nope. I don't want the PDF. I want the book. Sorry.
I said most people, Bob. Not everyone says all it's you. Okay. One recommendation I do have, though, if you want to get new people into Battletech using the Alpha Strike, I still recommend getting a couple of the models.
Oh, yeah.
Just because they look awesome, and Alpha Strike is usually played with those cutout paper things, which, in my opinion, look terrible.
Yeah, those things are horrible. But that's what I used to do for like battle droids, is use those paper cutouts. That's what we had back in the day.
I mean, they're perfectly fine. They're perfectly fine if you're tight on money or don't want to bother, but I do recommend if you want to really get someone into Battletech, show off how awesome the universe can look.
Or do what we did for 40K, where I use pennies for orcs and put a little arrow pointing where they're pointing to, like where the guns are pointing to. Do that as well. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Anything else, Biter, that I think on Mechwarrior 5 or the tabletop?
Well, I don't have much to. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not personally
Yeah.
too involved in the tabletop. I
Okay.
think at least for them reaching out and getting more hand in the market requires them to make it more accessible, just digitally and cheaper accessible, so people get into the settings and it's more accessible, which makes sense and why they did things like the Unspoken Age and whatnot back in the day, presumably.
Yeah. I think another quick thing was just Mechwarrior 5, just really quick, saying it's coming out in September, I believe.
September 10th.
September 10th. So that's when it'll be coming out. Just so everyone know about that. Be pretty cool. Guys can't get the pre-order yet, but it's coming out. So wait for that.
Yeah, it's not too far away. The funny thing, at least with the Mechwarrior 5 pre-order, there was a couple of weeks where they didn't even post a screenshot on the Discord, and so people were talking about that. It's like all you need to do is, how much work is it to really get the screenshots done and posted on time? They posted a whole bunch of screenshots a few weeks after those, so they made up for it enough. But I think there's also supposed to be a beta for the Mechwarrior 5, like coming out before the game's actual release for people who pre-ordered the game. Haven't heard much about the beta, have we?
No.
No.
But of course, we haven't
Yeah,
heard much about the game anyways.
Yeah. Basically, if you don't keep up with the Mechwarrior 5 Discord, you're missing out on everything. At least that's my impression.
I mean, to tell you the truth, I haven't actually really looked at the Mechwarrior 5 Discord because I don't have time to
Yeah.
listen to AMAs or anything.
I mean, neither do I. I'm just scrolling for the screenshots right now. The urban Mechs in Mechwarrior 5, so I guess that's major news.
I guess a lot of people will be happy about that.
The screenshots are just mixed fighting, or you can sort of say, oh hey, okay, there's a flea. That means there's presumably fleas in the game. There's a javelin, probably a javelin in the game, etc., etc. But no, the Discord is there for when if you're really into Mechwarrior 5, you can join the AMAs and get talked to about very particular parts of the game. But there's not much coming out for Mechwarrior 5. Hopefully they've got plenty of marketing for the final week or two that the game is actually going to ship.
I hope so. I really do hope they do a lot of marketing, not like what they did for Mechwarrior Online, but I really do hope they do a lot of marketing. That's what they need for this game, because it is a niche game, and if they want to do well, since the PGI is kind of depending on Mechwarrior 5, if they want to do well, they got to market like crazy.
Yeah, Micro Online is the servers are left on, but there's nobody at home.
Nobody home.
It's a bit of a ghost town in terms of development, which is actually a good thing, I guess. No more faction play improvements.
Yes.
Very good. No more gameplay improvements. Very good.
You are really fed up with that.
Damn. I know, Fire. Oh my God.
So yeah, you have to count your blessings somehow. But
hey, you always look on the positive side, right?
Yes. We were talking at least. I think I mentioned a few weeks back, at least in one podcast, people discussing, not enough PR marketing for Mechwarrior 5, and I said at least, ideally, what you want to do is have good hype for both games when Mechwarrior 5 launches, such that people come to Mechwarrior 5, people come back to MWO. There's cross pollination. There's a good buzz, good vibes going on with both games. However, as it stands, of course, BGI is putting all their eggs in one basket, more or less, all their development eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
And even then, we don't see much in the way of PR and marketing. So, it is what it is, and in the end, at least, what matters is that you make a functional game.
Yeah, actually, you're right about that. I think that the hype is what really does a really good game. But I do think, though, also, too, like when people do play Mechwarrior 5, they go, oh, wait, there's a PvP version of this? You're kidding. It's called Mechwarrior Online. So they're going to jump into Mechwarrior Online. So you will get some bleed off from people purchasing Mechwarrior 5 to go to Mechwarrior Online. I mean, it will boost the numbers, though. It will definitely boost the numbers on that.
But I almost feel like we should all make alt accounts, called like Captain Skellington. And we all just only drive around in trial mechs, the ghost town of MWO. But yeah, I at least on the MWO side, as I said, they aren't really planning or even selling us anything to come out in the future. And it's a shame, like, when they did the Mechwarrior 5 pre-order mechs, I think they really should have just come out with the release of Mechwarrior 5. That way, you're giving something to the community on both games, as it is right now. MWO, it only is looking forward to having some development work put into it, maybe after Mechwarrior 5 comes out. But even then, when Mechwarrior 5 launches, it's going to be lots of patches and hot fixes and everything else that the team should probably be working on. So maybe a month after Mechwarrior 5 releases, something will happen in Mechwarrior Line.
It's coming soon, very, very soon, man. So it's going to be exciting times. Once that does come out, we'll be busy with our podcast, and I'm sure Ian's going to be busy making mods for it.
Well, my biggest hope for Mechwarrior 5 is that they put in an overheating sound when your mech is really hot. Hopefully, they'll be able to put that in time. Otherwise, I'll say I have some very big concerns.
Okay, so that is the episode of 93,000 of the First Circuit podcast. We do appreciate everything you guys have done, watching us and enjoying and commenting and everything else. Thank you very much for being part of the community. Tonight we had Biter.
Larg.
Ian.
There's currently no siren going by.
And myself, Old Bob. I have to come up with the saying. You guys have a good night. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the battlefield.